A day will come when you wake up and everyone is driving an electric vehicle. Although the move to electric vehicles will be slow, there's no doubt that the process has already begun. Because of the Model S, Tesla has had a significant competitive advantage over established manufacturers since the beginning of the revolution approximately a decade ago. However, that huge sedan is now facing strong competition from two manufacturers. One is an old-school automaker, Mercedes, and the other is an upstart, headquartered in Tesla's backyard, Lucid Motors. In today's video, we'll talk about how the premium market is becoming more competitive as years progress. Mercedes and Lucid Motors are being compared to each other as two high-end automobile manufacturers. Stay tuned for the excitement that is about to unfold. Welcome back to New Vehicle Media, your go-to channel for EV stock. Quick reminder that subscribing is free and liking the video helps YouTube suggest similar content. Comments are loved and featured in upcoming videos. The comparison between the Mercedes and the Lucid Air is made more interesting by the fact that the two manufacturers are aiming at the same market segment, the premium market. The Lucid approach, on the other hand, may be more technologically focused than the more traditional Mercedes-Benz approach. Given the fact that Lucid is a startup, it is under pressure to outperform established competitors in terms of quality and performance. And indeed, this is exactly what we see in terms of range and performance, which explains the differences in power, acceleration, and efficiency. There are two metrics that distinguish the premium electric car sector above all others: horsepower and driving range. Therefore, we shall compare the two automobiles in this perspective. Mercedes attributes the high range to an aggressive regeneration technique, a huge battery, and the EQS's exceptionally low drag coefficient of 0.2. Despite the fact that the electric Mercedes-Benz is superior to that of the German rivals Porsche Taycan, it lags behind that of startups like Tesla and Lucid. The Tesla Model S had been the undisputed king of electric vehicle range for years, but it's lately been dethroned by the Lucid Air, the new kid on the block. The top-of-the-line Air Dream Edition is available in two varieties, R and P, which stand for range and performance respectively. Using a single charge, the R model can travel up to 520 miles, while the P model can travel up to 471 miles on a single charge, which tops any EV on the market. In the case of Mercedes, if you use an electric vehicle that's equipped with the battery capacity of 107.8 kilowatt-hours, the EPA estimates that you'll get around 350 miles out of it before needing a recharge. On Lucid, getting the headline-grabbing 520 miles of range is made possible by purchasing the Lucid Air Dream Edition range package. It generates a powerful 933 horsepower. For those who don't mind giving up a little range in exchange for a powerful punch, the Lucid Air Dream Edition Performance is what you're looking for. The motors create a total of 1,111 horsepower, which is significantly more than the Tesla, although Lucid claims a somewhat slower 0 to 60 time of 2.5 seconds, which is slightly slower than the Tesla. The EQS 580 will have 516 horsepower, while the single-motor version, the EQS 450 Plus, will only have 329 horsepower. The most powerful of the bunch will be the AMG EQS, which will have 649 horsepower, or up to 751 horsepower with an optional overboost function. Still, a long way off from the Air. This is yet another category in which Lucid absolutely outclassed Mercedes-Benz's competence. Perhaps when it comes to any of these electric vehicles, the most crucial figure to consider is how much of a dent they'll make in your wallet once you've signed on the dotted line. According to Dream Edition specifications, the Air costs $169,000, making it the more costly of the two vehicles. Because both the performance and range variants are the same price, the decision between the two is purely a matter of personal preference. The EQS is a little less expensive than the Lucid, but it's still not by any means a low price tag. The EQS 450 Plus starts at $103,360 with an additional $3,400 required to upgrade to the exclusive level. The fittingly named Pinnacle level will cost $109,560. Those looking for the most power, the EQS 580 starts at $120,160 and requires an additional $3,400 for the exclusive trim. And for those who want it all, the Elite will have a window sticker of $126,360. In recent months, the market for executive all-electric vehicles has grown significantly and become much more competitive, with the Tesla Model S shortly to be joined by the Lucid Air and the Mercedes-Benz EQS, among others. For those looking for something a little more athletic, there's the Porsche Taycan and its Audi e-tron GT counterpart, which are both available. Despite the fact that Mercedes is not a brand known for being slow to adapt, the company's electric vehicle selection does not hold a candle to the competition currently available. Mercedes-Benz appears to be in the midst of a major rethink regarding its electric vehicle strategy. When it comes to electric vehicles, the traditional manufacturer is elevating its EQS flagship model to the top of its lineup as the first of a new generation. Everyone knows that the S provides a smooth ride, but if Lucid or other brands can provide a ride that's just as smooth as the majority of EVs, then the competition will be in terms of power, range, and charging capacity. It'll be even more difficult for Mercedes to pitch itself as the best of luxury, given that the EPA has spoken on the range and power figures, and they are not earth-shattering. Although the Mercedes-Benz EQS is more expensive than the average EV, its pricing is substantially lower than the fully reserved Dream Edition, versus that are much more pricey, starting at $169,000. It's critical, and it builds on Mercedes-Benz's strong sales and servicing infrastructure. We believe that this implies that the Lucid Air has entered the market a little too late and must compete in the luxury class from the outset. It would have been preferable if the car had been introduced a few years earlier as originally planned, but this wasn't possible until investors came on board. In any case, the less costly Lucid Airs are also in the works, so this will be the true competition. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. Previously, the EQS was undertaken in order to compare the Tesla models to one another. However, the public has started to compare Mercedes to Lucid. Do you believe Lucid has done a good job getting to this point? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down below. When it comes to client loyalty, Mercedes has established itself as one of the strongest brands in the industry during the course of its year in business and has maintained that position ever since. According to Christopher Dunas, the bond Lucid Motors will establish with customers now and in the future will set new norms for automotive brand loyalty in the automobile industry. If the manufacturer can establish a loyal client base, it'll be a huge gain for the company. That should wrap things up for today. Keep in mind that subscribing's still free, and liking helps YouTube recognize your preferences. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.